Homosexuality was decriminalized in Canada in 1967 under Bill C-150.
I'm pansexual and polyamorous, and I've had a lot of experiences with people who aren't fans of the LGBTQ community. I've been pushed and called queer, and I've been called the F slur and sworn at and everything else, and it's not fun, but it's manageable, and I usually take as much time as I can to educate those people. And around school, I'm seen as someone who knows a lot about the community, so I help my teachers speak more about it more in depth, and I generally help educate on correct terms. I've seen a lot of negativity from people, but I've seen a lot more positivity, and that gives me a lot of hope.
The Stonewall riots took place from June 28, 1969 to July 3, 1969. The riots were sparked by a police raid on the Stonewall Inn in New York.
When it comes to the LGBTQ+ community, I am an ally. I will speak up for anyone who tries to bring the community down, and I will support my friends, family, and anyone else who needs it.
In 1979, Montreal and Vancouver were the first Canadian cities to hold an official Pride March and festival.
The WHO removed homosexuality from being designated as a mental disorder on May 17, 1990.
A few of my friends are part of the community, and I always try to support them in any way I can. When I was in grade 7, a friend asked me to go to GSA with them. I was hesitant at first, but I could tell they didn't want to go alone, so I accompanied them. It turned out to be an amazing decision, and I've been a part of GSA ever since. Through GSA, I was able to educate myself, both on parts of the community I wasn't familiar with, and on ways I could be a stronger ally. I signed petitions banning conversion therapy and overall advocating for equal rights for all, no matter their gender, sexuality, or anything else. And whenever my friends wanted to go to an event as a part of the community and asked me to tag along, I always went, so that they didn't have to feel alone and they felt supported by people they knew. Every year, my friends and I go to Pride, and I cheer on everyone marching in the parade and those watching it. And every year at Pride, I smile to myself, thinking how amazing it is that in this space, people can be unapologetically themselves and celebrate the love they have for one another.
In 1990, the term Two-Spirit is coined at the 3rd Annual Native American First Nations Gay and Lesbian Conference in Winnipeg.
As someone who is and always will be an ally, something I find myself doing is when I'm sharing stories about my significant other, I try and use the term partner to avoid always using gender specifics and to allow space for others to do the same if they don't wish to disclose their sexual orientation.
On June 30th, 1993, the Supreme Court of Canada ruled that homosexual couples could apply for refugee status on the basis of facing persecution in their countries of origin. This ruling opened up the way for LGBTQ+ refugees to seek protection in Canada.
So I'm an artist, and I like to make sure that the original characters that I create have diverse sexualities, so that people like me and not like me are represented, even if it's in something as small as the art that I create.
Same-sex marriage was legalized in Canada on July 20th, 2005, under the Civil Marriage Act.
The House of Commons passed Bill C-279 in March of 2013, which officially extended human rights protections to transgender and transsexual individuals in Canada.
I work for a public library in the suburbs, and about 2 years ago we were asked if we would like to have our name tags changed to have gender pronouns put on our name tags as well. And I chose to do so. And since then, I've had lots of conversations with people who notice my name tag saying she, her, and ask me why. And I found that it's a great way of starting conversations about some people who you may think identify in one way because of a visual don't necessarily do that. And sometimes I've gotten the feeling that the people asking the questions have their backs up a little and want to start a negative conversation. But every conversation I've had around gender pronouns since I've worn the name tag has wound up being positive, because it's an opportunity for us to educate, open up, and talk about things that we should be talking about.
A pride flag was raised over Parliament Hill in 2016.
Bill C-16 was passed by the federal government in 2017, which makes it illegal to discriminate on the basis of gender identity or expression, and also makes it a hate crime to target someone for being transgender.
Hi everyone, my name is Emma, and this is my story. I am bisexual, and I'm proud of who I am. I've had girlfriends and boyfriends. I think guys are cute, I think girls are cute, but I haven't always been comfortable with who I am. I started realizing that I liked girls and guys a couple years ago, but at first I felt like that was wrong. I felt not that I should be straight necessarily, but like, shouldn't I either be straight or gay? What if I'm just gay? What if I'm actually just straight? What if I'm just confused? And it took me a while to come to terms with the fact that no, I like girls and guys, and that's fine. And being bisexual is real, and that's valid. And it also took me a while to feel comfortable to tell my parents. Not because I thought they were homophobic, I just didn't necessarily know how they'd react. But when I finally did tell them, they were really supportive and loving, and they're awesome. But it's okay to not feel comfortable as well. And it's important to recognize that you don't have to know exactly what you are or put a label on yourself in order to feel that you are part of the LGBTQ plus community. And, like, questioning is part of that. There's a Q there, it stands for queer, but it can also stand for questioning. And you are valid, and what you feel is valid, and being a little bit uncomfortable is still okay. And I think it's important to just let yourself take the time to figure out who you are and try to be happy with who you are.
In 2020, homosexuality is still illegal in 73 countries. In 12 of those countries impose the death penalty, including Iran, Saudi Arabia, Somalia, and Yemen. This anti-homosexuality legislation is routinely used to oppress transgender, gender non-conforming, and non-binary individuals.
I first figured out that I was transgender around 2.5 years ago, and I came out to most of the people in my family and in my life about 6 months ago. And it has been the best and the most terrifying journey of my life. And I am so grateful to have grown up with the people that I have, because no one important to me has made me feel like this is something I can't be. And I guess that's the power of pride and of so much work that has been done over so long for social justice.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I am an ally.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I have the right to love whom I love.
I am my own person. I respect the right of others, and I am an ally.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I am an ally.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I have the right to love who I love.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I am an ally.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I am an ally.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I am an ally.
I'm my own person, and I am an ally.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others, and I have the right to love who I love.
I am my own person. I respect the rights of others. I have the right to love who I love and to be who I am.
On February 1st, 2020, Governor Andrew Cuomo of New York announced that the East River Park in Brooklyn will be renamed in honor of Marsha P. Johnson, a prominent figure in the Stonewall riots. This will be the first New York State park named after an LGBT person.